Here's your gift, Sarah, Mom said, handing me a slightly wrinkled department store bag. I saw it at the second-hand shop and thought of you. Our family's sprawling living room was decked in expensive Christmas decorations, the giant tree dripping with designer ornaments. My sister Jessica sat by the fire in her cashmere sweater, smirking. I pulled out a faded wool coat, trying to keep my expression neutral. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Another alert from my development team. It's thoughtful, I said quietly. Well, it's all you can afford, isn't it? Jessica chimed in. Still playing with your little computer projects? If they only knew those little computer projects had just revolutionized artificial intelligence. Speaking of success, Dad cleared his throat. Jessica's tech company just secured another round of funding. $50 million in venture capital. Mom beamed at my sister. That's how real tech businesses are built. My phone vibrated again. The embargo was about to lift on the biggest tech story of the year. How's your, what do you call it, app development going? Jessica asked with fake concern. Still working from that tiny apartment? I checked my phone discreetly. The press release was scheduled for exactly 6 p.m. during our family gift exchange. It pays the bills, I said mildly. Bills for what? That second-hand laptop. Jessica laughed. God, Sarah, when are you going to get a real tech job? Even my junior developers make more than you probably do. Dad handed Jessica another gift box. We're so proud of your success, honey. A real tech entrepreneur. The antique grandfather clock struck 6. Right on cue, the massive TV above the fireplace, which had been playing Christmas music, switched to breaking news. Breaking. Tech's greatest mystery solved, the anchor announced. The identity of Shadow Systems founder finally revealed. Jessica rolled her eyes. Shadow Systems? That AI company everyone's obsessed with? They're worth more than my entire. She stopped as my face appeared on the screen. Sarah Chin, 29, has been confirmed as the founder and CEO of Shadow Systems, the anchor continued. The youngest female tech billionaire in history. Dad's gift box slipped from his hands, expensive wrapping paper crumpling as it hit the floor. That's... Mom's voice trailed off. Me. I finished for her, pulling up the official press release on my phone. Yes, it is. Impossible, Jessica whispered, her face pale. Shadow Systems is worth $47 billion as of market close today, I said calmly. Though that will probably change when trading opens tomorrow. The TV continued. Chen's revolutionary AI platform has been quietly transforming the tech industry, with every major Silicon Valley company now dependent on her technology. Silicon Valley. Dad's voice cracked. But Jessica's company uses my AI infrastructure, I confirmed. Along with every other tech company in the country. That funding round you're so proud of? It's only possible because my systems power their core technology. Mom's hands were shaking. But your apartment is the entire top floor of the building I own, I said. I just prefer minimalist design. And that second-hand laptop you mocked? It's a custom quantum computer worth more than this house. Jessica had grabbed her phone, frantically searching. You're lying. This has to be. Her voice died as article after article appeared, confirming my identity. The tech world's greatest mystery finally solved. The Forbes cover. Dad whispered. Next month's issue will feature me, I nodded. Though they had to wait until today's announcement. My phone buzzed again. Excuse me, I said, standing. That's my executive team. The market reaction is starting in Asia, and I should really take this call. Market reaction? Mom's voice was faint. Yes, our stock is likely to jump significantly when people learn who's really behind the AI revolution. I headed for the door. Oh, and Jessica? Your company's new AI integration? The one you were bragging about at Thanksgiving? I personally coded that. You're welcome. I paused in the doorway, looking back at their shocked faces. The TV was still running stories about my revelation, each headline making Jessica sink further into her designer sweater. About the coat, Mom, I said softly. It's nice, but I actually own the company that makes it. And the store you bought it from. And most of the shopping district, actually. I left them sitting there, surrounded by expensive gifts that suddenly seemed very small, while the TV announced my net worth to their silent living room. The sound of my phone's notifications echoed through their stunned silence. The TV continued its relentless coverage. Sources say Chen's AI platform is so advanced, the anchor was saying, that it's become the backbone of modern tech infrastructure. Every smartphone, every smart home device, every digital transaction runs on her code. Jessica was still frantically scrolling through her phone. This can't. We use Shadow Systems AI for everything. Including that presentation you gave last week, I noted, checking another notification. The one that impressed your board so much. My AI wrote it. Dad had found his voice. But your apartment, your clothes. Our choices, I said, pulling up my company's latest financials on my phone. I choose to live simply. Though that tiny apartment you mocked contains a quantum computing lab that's worth more than this entire neighborhood. The TV switched to a tech analyst. Shadow Systems' valuation is expected to double once the market processes this revelation. Chen's technology is literally years ahead of any competitor. Double. Mom whispered. 94 billion does sound better than 47, I smiled slightly. Though money was never the point. Changing the world was. Jessica stood up abruptly, her designer outfit suddenly seeming like a costume. Our AI integration project, the one I've been leading, was developed in my private lab, I finished for her. I wanted to make sure my sister's team had the best tools, even if she never knew they came from her poor sister. My phone chimed with another urgent alert. Ms. Chen, my AI assistant's voice filled the room. Global tech markets are reacting to the announcement. Your net worth has increased by 12 billion in the past 4 minutes. Mom dropped the second-hand coat she'd been clutching. 12 billion. Dad's voice cracked. In minutes. The markets are just catching up to what I've built, I explained, watching the numbers climb. While you were wrapping second-hand coats, I was revolutionizing artificial intelligence. The TV cut to footage of my company's headquarters, a sleek, modern building that dominated the city skyline. Shadow Systems' revolutionary AI has become so integral to modern technology that experts say it would be impossible to run today's digital world without it. Impossible. Jessica repeated weakly, staring at her smartphone. Every app, every system, runs on my code, I nodded. Including all the technology in this house. That smart TV, my AI, those phones you're holding, my systems, even the security system and smart thermostats, all powered by what you dismissed as my little computer projects. My AI assistant spoke again. The Asian markets are opening. Your presence is requested for the trading surge. Duty calls, I said, heading for the door again. Jessica, you might want to prepare your team. Once they realize their entire infrastructure was built by the sister you mockingly called poor, there might be some awkward questions. I paused one last time, looking at the expensive Christmas tree with its designer ornaments. Oh, and Mom? That coat? Keep it. Consider it a reminder that success doesn't always wear a designer label. Sometimes it wears second-hand clothes while it changes the world. The TV continued its coverage as I left, each headline a digital testament to everything they'd missed while they were busy feeling sorry for me. Sometimes the best revenge isn't in the revelation. It's in watching them realize they've been living in your world all along, they just didn't know it. This can't be happening, Jessica was saying as I took a video call in their home office. Shadow Systems is, everyone uses. My quantum-enabled holographic display materialized in the air, showing my executive team. Ms. Chen, the market reaction is unprecedented. Tech stocks globally are surging on the revelation. Of course they are, I replied, watching the numbers flow through the air. Everyone just realized who's been powering their digital world. Dad appeared in the doorway, clutching a tablet showing my Forbes cover. You're on every news site. The mysterious tech billionaire revealed. I nodded, expanding the hologram to show global market data. Though billionaire seems a bit modest now. The numbers floating in the air made him step back. 100 billion? As of 2 minutes ago, I confirmed. The markets are still processing what it means that every major tech company runs on my AI. Jessica pushed past him, her face pale. Our company's entire platform, everything we've built, was built on my foundation. I completed her thought, pulling up her company's architecture in the hologram. See these core systems? I wrote them personally. That breakthrough AI you presented last month? I designed it specifically for your team. You designed. Her voice cracked. Your success, I said simply. While you were mocking my little computer projects, I was literally creating the technology that made your career possible. My phone chimed with another alert. The hologram updated automatically, showing a new surge in market activity. Another 20 billion in market cap, I noted. Looks like Europe just woke up to the news. Mom appeared behind Dad, still holding the second-hand coat. But you never said, never showed. What? I turned to her. That while you were buying me used clothes, I was revolutionizing global technology. That every device in this house, every app on your phones, every digital system you interact with runs on code I wrote. The hologram shifted to show my company's global impact metrics. Lines of connection spanning the planet showing Shadow Systems' reach. That's. Dad squinted at the data. That's every major tech company. Every digital transaction, I confirmed. Every AI interaction. Every smart device. All running on my systems. Jessica had slumped against the wall. My entire career, my success, was built on technology one gave you, I finished. Because despite everything you're still my sister. I wanted you to succeed even if you never knew who was really behind it. My quantum phone buzzed again. Ms. Chen, my AI announced, the White House is requesting a briefing on Shadow Systems' global tech infrastructure. Of course they are, I said, checking the secure message. Now that they know who built the digital backbone of modern civilization. Mom stepped forward, the coat hanging limply from her hands. Sarah, about Christmas, the gifts were perfectly illuminating. I cut her off, gesturing to my holographic empire. While you were shopping at second-hand stores, I was building this. Every dismissive comment, every pitying look, every helpful suggestion about getting a real job, they all just pushed me to build something bigger. The hologram pulsed with new data. Global tech markets lighting up as each region processed the revelation. Your coding hobby, Jessica whispered. All those hours in your apartment. Created the most advanced AI system in history, I said, expanding a section of code. This single algorithm is worth more than your entire company. And I wrote it in that tiny apartment you loved to mock. My phone chimed with multiple urgent alerts. Excuse me, I said, pulling up new data. The tech world is realizing exactly who's been powering their revolution. The hologram showed news headlines spinning in real time. Shadow Systems founder revealed. Meet the woman who built modern tech. Chen's AI, the hidden force behind global technology. Tech's greatest mystery solved. How one woman quietly changed everything. Everything. Dad repeated weakly. All this time. While you were bragging about Jessica's success? I raised an eyebrow. I was literally creating the technology that made it possible. Every achievement, every breakthrough, every proud moment. All running on systems I built while you were wrapping second-hand coats. My AI assistant interrupted. Ms. Chen, your quantum lab is ready for the global systems update. Thank you, I said, heading for the door. Family, if you'll excuse me, I need to go manage the technology that runs our modern world. Jessica, you might want to prepare for tomorrow. Your board will probably have questions about why they never knew their entire infrastructure was built by your poor sister. I paused in the doorway, looking back at their shocked faces illuminated by my holographic empire. Oh, and Mom? Keep the coat. Every time you look at it, remember, real power isn't in what you wear or what you own. It's in what you build. And I built the future while you were shopping for bargains. The hologram dissolved behind me, leaving them in darkness, surrounded by devices that suddenly felt very different now that they knew who really controlled them. The next morning, my quantum AI announced, Ms. Chen, your sister has been trying to access Shadow Systems' core documentation for the past 3 hours. I pulled up the security logs, watching Jessica desperately attempting to understand the technology she'd dismissed for years. Her login attempts showed increasing frustration. Your mother has called 17 times, my AI continued. And your father's tech investment advisor is requesting an urgent meeting. Of course he is, I murmured, watching my company's stock continue its historic rise. Dad probably just realized all his tech investments are actually investments in my technology. A holographic alert materialized. Jessica was attempting to explain shadow systems to her board. Put it on display, I commanded. The scene unfolded in crystalline 3D. Jessica sweating in her designer suit, trying to explain how her poor sister had built the foundation of their entire company. So, everything we do, one board member said, every piece of technology, runs on my sister's AI, Jessica confirmed quietly. Shadow systems. The boardroom erupted in chaos. I waved, dismissing the hologram. Your father is here, my AI reported. He's in the quantum lobby. I sighed watching the code streams in my lab. Send him up. Time for a family lesson. Minutes later, Dad entered. His eyes widened at the quantum computers and holographic displays. Sarah, he started, then froze at the financial screens. Today's market cap, I said. $150 billion. People finally see who built their digital world. He sat stunned watching the code flow. Jessica's company, he muttered, is having an interesting board meeting, I said. They just realized their whole system was built by the sister they pitted. My quantum phone chimed. Another $100 billion added in market value. Every tech company, I continued, relies on my code. Their AI systems, their future, it all runs on me. Dad shook his head. All this time, while we gave you second-hand gifts. I was building this, I gestured to my quantum empire. Every Christmas, every birthday, every dinner you praised Jessica. I was quietly changing global tech. My AI announced, Jessica's board meeting ended. They want direct contact with Shadow Systems leadership. With me, I smiled. Funny how priorities change. The displays showed Jessica leaving her office shocked. Sarah, Dad whispered, about Christmas. The coat. Perfect, I said. It showed exactly what you thought of me. Now look, I pulled up a global tech map. See what I was really building while you shopped. The lab hummed with new breakthroughs. Your mother, Dad said quietly, she hasn't slept, knowing all our devices were made by the daughter you pitted, I finished. Maybe attention matters more than appearances. My AI beeped. Jessica requests lab access. I checked the feed. She stood outside, designer outfit in sharp contrast to the tech around her. Let her in, I said. Dad, stay for this. Jessica entered, eyes wide. The code, she said. It's beautiful. I've studied all night. The algorithms, how the AI adapts. Is what I built while you mocked my hobby, I said. Amazing what you can do when you focus on creation. I want to understand it, she said. Not just use it, truly understand it. Dad made a small sound of surprise. I saw humility in her for the first time. That's why I built it, I said. Not for money or power. To change how we use technology. To make something beautiful. My quantum phone pulsed again. Another breakthrough. Back to your board, I told Jessica. They need guidance in this new world. As Dad helped to stun Jessica out, I turned back to the code. It flowed like digital poetry, proof of what they had dismissed. Your next quantum breakthrough is ready, my AI said. I smiled. Sometimes the best revenge isn't in showing off. It's in creating something beautiful even when no one believes in you. Because eventually the world catches up.